So I've just pulled these carrots up. I'm absolutely over the moon. Some of them are really quite big. I'm really pleased. And if you stay around until the end of this video, I'm going to show you how to grow these from seed all the way through to harvest in a relatively small container. Carrots like poor quality soil free from lumps and stones. Last year's pots and containers make ideal carrot compost. I'm actually using a 50-50 mix of sieved molehill soil as a little experiment and sand, which I always use. So I would advise always using sand as it's free draining and helps create a nice loose texture. So when we're talking pots and containers, I would always use something that was at least 12 inches in height. Right, so now we've got your container filled up with compost, we're going to need a few things. So we're going to need some fleece to stop the carrot root fly. We're going to be watering the soil, so we're going to need a watering can and something just to make a little indent into the soil. So you can use a dibber. I'm just using the back end of a screwdriver, but we're not looking to go deep, we're only just looking to make just a little indent, and that's where we're going to place the seeds. So I'm going to just give this a good watering first. And it doesn't matter if it pools a little bit, because we're just going to wait till that all seeps down into the soil. Now there's two ways to grow carrots really. They do quite well bunched up, but they'll not be as big. Or I'm going to leave about an inch or so apart, just to allow them to grow out so they're a little bit bigger. So just all we're doing, just like this. Now carrot seed is quite small, you can see in the packet here. And what I'm going to do is put two, if I can, seeds in each little hole. And then hopefully both will germinate. And then I'll just snip one, but we'll get onto that later. So take your time, there's no rush. So now when you've got the seeds in, I've just got some sieved compost again, and we're just going to scatter lightly over the seeds just to give them a little layering. Some people use vermiculite just so they know where the carrots are going to appear. I'll leave all links to bits and pieces below in the description box so you can have a good look. But compost is obviously fine as well. And this is just one method of growing carrots. So some people, you might have heard of filling a big container with sharp sand and then they core it out. That works as well. A lot of people use that for shore carrots. So you core a deep drill and then fill that with sieved compost. So it's only been 10 days and these seeds have germinated. Now when I put these seeds in, the temperatures just went through the roof. It's been really warm. So if you're sowing seeds a little bit earlier in the season when the temperatures are cooler, you probably will have to wait that bit longer, around 21 days. But as I'm doing mine a little bit later, 10 days is brilliant. I've kept them watered every day, especially because it's been so warm, you need to do that. And I'm going to continue to water them every day just to keep them moist, because they're still so small and they need that helping hand just to grow that bit more. And we're going to wait until they're about 2 inches tall, and we're going to do two things when they reach that stage. So I'm going to get these watered today and I'll come back to you when they're about 2 inches. Right, okay, so now they're about 2 to 3 inches tall. They've established the first true leaves, and this is the perfect time to pick them out. Now I want to introduce you to some thinning scissors. So I bought these, I think they only cost $5.99. I'll put a link below. The reason why I like to use these scissors as opposed to pulling them out or snapping them is because it doesn't disturb the roots. Now some of these carrots are really close together, and just by snipping them you're not disrupting anything under the soil, and I find that it's just a lot better really for the plant, and it's easier. So all we're going to do is basically go around, and we want 1 carrot per kind of square inch, and so all you do is literally just snip them. So look for the best one, keep that one, and snip the worst. And what you can do, and what a lot of people do, is pull the carrots, let them grow, and then pull them when the baby carrots, so they're small and tender and really quite nice, and then you obviously pull those out, and that allows the room for these carrots for the remaining carrots to grow bigger. So you can do it that way as well, but either way is fine. So you saw there, so they got the whole of that milk carton, and I'll use the watering can when they get a bit bigger and they get a bit more robust, and then I'll show you how much water I'm giving them. But at the moment they're going to get one of those 3 times a week. And don't forget, when you're finished, to keep replacing with the fleece. Now what I'm doing when I'm watering, and this is particularly important when the carrot tops are quite small and delicate, so if I was to pour water on here, and you didn't want to damage the carrot tops, as I say, when they were smaller, if I'm doing that, you're leaving a little hole. But if you put a little bit of plastic there, hopefully you can see that, or a little bit of wood, and you pour onto the plastic, you're not making any holes, and it just disperses the water quite nicely. Right, okay, so these have been in here quite a while now. We're in the back end of August, and today's the day that I'm going to pull them. So if you excuse the weeds, let's get cracking. See, that's starting to push the way up through the soil, and that's always a good indicator that they might be nearly ready. So we'll go for the first one. Not too bad. I think there'll be bigger ones than this though. That's a nice size, it's a good one. There we are, that's what we want. That's a good one. So these are all relatively straight as well, and they've got a nice root on the end there, so they would have probably grown a bit more. And of course, you know, I'm pulling all these for the purposes of the video. Now you can leave these in until you need them. You can pick out 2 or 3, just cut the tops off, leave the rest in the soil. I've also got a video on how to store root vegetables, so I'll pop a link below. Storing them in sand. But yeah, I'm really pleased with these, and the smell is just so intense. That's a good one. That's probably the longest one. Right, yeah, so really pleased with these. As you can see, you can get quite a lot of carrots in a small space, and there was room to put more in as well. But yeah, these are lovely, and as I say, you don't have to pull them all at once. Keep them in there, use them as and when, pull them as and when, I mean. And check out the video to store them in sand as well. So hopefully you've liked this video. If you have, subscribe to the channel, give it a thumbs up. I've got other videos on growing vegetables. So yeah, thanks for watching guys, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.